Nebula Chains of the North Star. Within the far reaches of the Indian Ocean, the lone Andromeda Island is invaded by a great force from a faraway land, a force led by the one known as Ken-O. As the battle rages, Ken-O's army is brought down one by the saints and students of Andromeda Island. Using the double nebula chain technique, the Silver Saint Cepheus Albior slays a multitude of Ken-O's soldiers. Meanwhile, Bronze Saints Retta and Spica rendezvous with their leader.
Master Albior, we've eliminated the enemies in the south. Good. I've eliminated many in the west. The students are still defending the east, and June is in the north. We must reach her before their commander enters the fray. We're right behind you, Master.
As the three saints head for the northern part of the island, the Bronze Saint Chameleon Junes stands by the side of the Andromeda trainees, doing their best to hold back the line. Within the battlefield, June fights against the armies led by Ken-O's generals, Soga of the Songshan Whirlwind Kick, and Reina of the Twin Blades of Sun and Moon.
Stand tall, warriors of Andromeda! We will not fall to these invaders!
It appears that these saints are truly formidable as the legend spoke of. Should we intervene?
We may very well have to.
Reina then unsheathes her twin blades, followed by charging into battle with Chameleon June, who parries with her own whip.
This is the end of the line. Either surrender to the great Ken-O or suffer the consequences. We are saints of this and future generations. We would rather die than surrender.
In response to these words, Reina pushes June back, followed by charging forth and cutting an X onto June's torso with a twin slash attack.
Those who dare defy the King of Fists will not be shown any mercy.
Reina then jumps up, ready to deal the killing blow against Chameleon June.
Die in vain!
Just then, a group of chains knocks Reina back, damaging her as a result.
Reina!
In his desperation, Soga swoops in to catch Reina in the midst of the battlefield. Soga then looks on in surprise as reinforcements arrive at Chameleon June's side in the form of Albior, Retta, and Spica.
June, are you alright?
I'll manage, but for now, we must continue the fight.
Just then, a vast group of Ken-O's soldiers jump up to directly attack the group.
You think you could just attack Lady Reina like that and get away with it? We'll show you no mercy! Double Nebula Chain!
With their techniques combined, Retta and Spica successfully push back the attackers, killing them in the process.
Any more you wish to send?
Soga looks on in frustration and anger.
Damn you! Soldiers! Escort Lady Reina to a medic! Yes, sir!
As the soldiers get Reina to safety, Soga readies himself for battle, followed by charging at the very group of Andromeda Island saints.
For my sister, you will pay with your lives! Together now! Double Nebula Chain!
Chameleon Lashing Tongue!
Their attacks combine, wrapping around the limbs of Soga. That is until he decides to spin at a superhuman level, kicking his legs out as a result.
Songshan Whirlwind Kick!
With this attack, the group of Andromeda Island saints is thrown around like ragdolls until they eventually are knocked against nearby rocks and rock walls, the group realizing how they've severely underestimated Soga's skill in combat.
So this is the strongest general of Rao's army?
Not the strongest, but strong enough to defeat the likes of you defiant saints.
I give you one final chance. Surrender and swear loyalty to the great Ken-O, or die a worthless death. Your choice.
Just then, Albior's expression turns from one of struggle to one of slight smugness.
Psych!
Albior, Retta, and Spica then jump in the air, ready to unleash their next devastating attack.
Absolute Nebula Chain! Catching Soga off guard, the three Saints combined attack defeats Soga in one blow, knocking him down and damaging him to the point where his body is unable to fight.
General Soga! A unit of Keno's soldiers picks up Soga in an attempt to get him to safety. Damn you! Andromeda Island Saints! Just then, the group smiles in victory, excited for their win.
You excite yourself after defeating the two weakest generals of Keno's army.
You must be all as weak as I thought. The Andromeda group looks on as a new warrior enters the battle. With his appearance, the armies of Ken-O and Andromeda Island postpone their fighting.
Who are you?
I am Ryuga, the Lone Wolf, and master of the Tenroken fighting style. The Celestial Wolf Fist. Realizing what he's up against, Albior would make a tough decision.
Brother, Speaker, June, you must escape. Take what students you can, and fight and run. But Master, you don't expect us to just leave you. That's absurd. Do as I say.
But Master, we're the strongest line of defense for the island.
And above that, the army's already overtaken the island. You have no means of escape. You can either choose to surrender and die, or fight and die. Damn it. We shall hold our ground. Everyone, combine your cosmos and push them to their limit now!
In response, the trio does as their master commands, raising their cosmos to their limit until they can unleash a devastating new attack. Very well. Let us see your true power. As the Andromeda Saints burn their cosmos to their limit, so does Ryuga do the same with his aura of might, ready to unleash a devastating counterattack.
All together now!
Nebula Prison!
Ryuga looks on in surprise as the chains of the Saints enwrap themselves into a ball around him, creating a hardened prison of chains infused with their combined cosmo. As victory seems assured, the group suddenly notices what looks to be a horizontal line of frost beginning to expand upon the prison. To everyone's shock, the prison is horizontally cut in half, Ryuga standing in a stance of a finished technique.
Taizen Tenroken! Aerial Spinning Strike!
The Andromeda warriors look in horror as their combined attack did little to nothing against their opponent. Ryuga then jumps down, meeting face to face with the Guardians of Andromeda Island. If this is all you have to offer, then it will be easy to finish you all in one strike.
Even so, we are the Saints of Athena, and we will not surrender to the likes of you. If destiny wills that we die this day, then we shall die a saint's death. That's right.
How feeble. And I shall finish this here and now. Ryuga then takes his fighting stance, awaiting the chance to finish the battle. The Saints of Andromeda Island charge forward, their war cries echoing with resolve.
Taizen Tenroken! Rapturous jaws of the Celestial Wolf!
The Andromeda Saints are struck down, but not yet dead. The four Saints fall to the ground with no more power to spare. Is this truly all the Saints of legend have to offer? Honestly, perhaps the stories of Bronze Saints surpassing that of Gold Saints were truly a fabrication after all. Just then, Cepheus attempts to stand up, struggling to even hold himself up with his arms. Any final words, Cepheus Albior? I must say your reputation is unearned, if this is all you have to offer.
Please, spare my students.
What?
If you spare my students, then I will surrender to the mighty Ken-O. Please, this is all I ask. I'll even beg if I must.
Master, stop it! You insane? Where's your pride as a saint? What was all that you said before? Please, Master. We can still fight.
Enough! What's the point of fighting for justice There cannot be saints to carry the torch of Athena's hopes. Please, Ryuga, I surrender. Just please spare my students, especially my allies here today.
Ryuga glares down at Albior, showing no sudden response. I refuse. The group can only react in shock at Ryuga's response.
But why? I promised you surrender.
The strategy of surrender is a weakling's tactic that may work for Soka and Reina. But in this world, to be a conqueror is to be a demon.
And demons show no mercy to those in defiance of their wrath.
In fact, Ryuga then starts walking toward Chameleon June. In an instant, Rita and Ika charge forth with what little strength they have to stop Ryuga.
Don't you dare touch her! Damn monster!
With swift movement, Ryuga instantly counterattacks Rita and Spica, forming massive holes within their torsos as a result of this technique ripping through their flesh. Albior and June can only look on in horror, and after the two fall to the ground, they struggle to take their last breath.
Rita, Spica, Master, it's so cold.
With those words, Spica's life departs for otherworld as the life in his eyes go blank.
Master.
Albior looks at Retta to notice the tears in his eyes.
I'm so sorry. I failed you.
Retta then closes his eyes, his life diminished in the blink of an eye. Albior can only look on in shock as June begins to shed tears of despair, only made more known now that her mask has broken off due to Ryuga's previous attack.
Retta, Spica.
As Albior looks on, he can only think back to the moment he trained them. Back in the present, Albior can only shed tears for his beloved pupils. My sons. Are you done mourning the dead? Albior looks on in fear, knowing Ryuga's next intentions. Meanwhile, June can only look up at Ryuga in anger and rage. You'll be joining them soon enough. Ryuga then swiftly attempts to attack June as she continues to glare at Ryuga with seething rage.
June! No!
Suddenly, a chain with a kunai at the end of it strikes at Ryuga, who barely escaped a blow to the head, only to end up with a cut shoulder. As Ryuga jumps back and lands at a safe distance, he's slightly annoyed at the wound he sustained.
Who dares interfere?
Just then, what appears to be a Saint of Athena jumps up and catches his chain. Ryuga and the army can only look on as he is confronted by this new foe.
Just who are you?
I am the Bronze Saint of Athena, Andromeda Island,
and you will pay for what you've done!
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to check out our merch store, Buy Me a Coffee page, and Amazon affiliate link linked in the description and pinned comment below, so you can help us expand the channel and give you guys higher quality content. Also, if you want to check out our original content, be sure to check out the playlists linked in the description below. With all that said and done, I'm JT Anime, and I'll check you guys later.